Greetings to my fellow panels. My name is Leow Zhi Wen and I would like to start my presentation now. First, we'll talk about Project 1. So, at the start of the semester, the site assigned to us this year is New Salak South Village. One of the tasks was to collect materials around the site and trace it on a piece of paper. This site is unique because it is a hidden village surrounded by modern developed buildings. During our walk around Salak South, the stairs located near the residential area caught my attention as the narrow path gave out a certain feeling. Next, these are the pictures taken on site and the textures that are imprinted onto the papers. After the tracing was done, we start to analyze the material's texture. I've chosen a few core materials as part of the research and implemented it into a model based on how the site feels. Next, we'll talk about Project 2A, Urban Strategy. With the informations combined, we were formed into a group and expressed our ideas into the abstract montage model. As you can see, this is our site model made out of concrete, and the tiny houses were handmade piece by piece using craft board as the formwork. Moving on, for the urban strategies, I would be mainly focusing on the empty unused land around Salak South and ways to attract people into the site. So, the first site is located near the main entrance of Salak South. When people come into Salak South, they will see a sloped park area, and it is a relaxing spot for the residents and visitors of Salak South. Next is Site 2, a rental plantation plot. This area is focused more on people who have plantation hobbies to come into Salak South, and one of the examples of a rented plantation in KL is Kebun Bangsa, a vegetable farm in the city. Next is Site 3. It is the tallest point in Salak South and I propose to make an obstacle course. The reason why I propose this is because the site has a lot of trees and without deforestation, the trees can be converted into a high up obstacle course. It also includes a zip line connecting to Site 4, and when people zip line down to Site 4, they can see the whole area of Salak South. Site 4 is an existing lake which is in Salak South, and it has a lot of potential to be made into a water park obstacle course. So basically Site 3 and Site 4 is interrelated. Next, we'll talk about Project 2B, Building Strategy. The reason why I chose this site is because it has a two-way road, the traffic there is relatively less, and the site is quiet and tranquil. The chosen site has the potential to be turned into a community hub with rented studio with Airbnb, as a multi-purpose hall that is interrelated with the obstacle course and water park, as a leadership building camp for children. As you can see, this is a 1:1000 scale building strategy study model that I did for the Project 2B. Next, we will be talking about Project 3. The design concept and intention is to design a community space not only to the people of Salak South, but for visitors and users to experience community and embark upon communal goals. To implement the hidden features of Salak South into the building design as well. The main programs are the rented studios and office, library, and the central courtyard. The teams in design are using raw materials to create a certain feeling which is physical but presumably psychological too. Next is the zoning, circulation, and vision. For zoning, with the program of Salak South Community Hub, the site will be divided into different zones with red representing the private accommodation, blue as the semi-public rented studio, and green as the public area. For circulation, the circulation within the site will be one of the important to apply, as circulation is created to lead people into certain directions. In order to experience different areas, the circulation will cover the whole area according to the building placement. For vision, the idea of making use of the whole building site as people walk in the given circulation, the vision of the people should be considered inside and outside the building. For form development, from the chosen site area, the site is then divided into different zones according to the programs and strategies. The land within the site area is separated into several areas, in which leaving a large space in the middle. The removed spaces is then developed into an outdoor courtyard and circulations. From the separated zones, the building forms are developed more to meet the requirements aesthetically and functionality transformed, such as extending and separating. Continuing, the business is separated into two segments, creating a narrow pathway somewhat relating to the staircase filling in Salak South. Next, for recreational, the building is extended to provide a second floor to the rented studio and create a somewhat multi-step feel to the site. For accommodation, the building is separated in context with the lake around the site. Separated portions are then rotated with different angles. Next, for the design strategy. The cafeteria is located at the center of the site, so it is easily accessible to the other zones. After entering the site from the lobby, you will be greeted by a narrow walkway, which are the only 2 points to enter the site. The Airbnbs are constructed on top of the lake, so it provides a picturesque view and cozy environment. Next are the materials used. The brick texture shows a raw feeling that is emitted around Salak South. It would not affect the surrounding contact as it blends into the site. Smooth concrete is chosen as the main floor finishing material as it adds more sense of calmness. The vegetation are either planted on the planter boxes or hanged on the facade of the building. The opening courtyard creates an eco-friendly environment to the visitors to the site. Timbers are used on the deck of the courtyard and the water deck as it provides a high aesthetic appeal to the surrounding site. Continuing, these are the design processes. These are the first drafts of the design process I've done manually at first. From that, these are the design processes done digitally before proceeding to the final design. Next are the technical drawings. First, the bubble diagram. Green represents a more public area, blue represents a semi-public area, and red represents a more private area. Next is the schedule of area. As you can see, the accommodation is 20%, which is the requirement of the whole project. For the site plan, the building, as mentioned previously, is surrounded by residential buildings and a lake. Next, the ground floor plan. As you can see, the site can only be accessed once you pass through the main lobby. The site includes a cafeteria, a multipurpose hall, a library, a rented studio, and Airbnb that is located near the lake area. For the first floor, there are only two areas, which are the rented office and the meeting room. For the roof plan, the rented studios and Airbnb are pitched with a flat roof to indicate a private area, while the other roofs are roof gardens to make use of the spaces as mentioned earlier. Next are the building elevations. As you can see, the building is designed based on the existing site contour with a fall of 1.5 meters. This is the rear elevation of the building, the left elevation, and the rear elevation of the building. Next, the section XX is cut through the lobby and multipurpose hall. Section YY is cut through the cafeteria, multipurpose hall, rented studio, and the Airbnb. Next, the section detail. As you can see, the concrete roof floor, aluminium railings to the aluminium grim wall frame, which are held by wall plates, L brackets, and bolts on the brick wall. Next, the building sustainability. Solar panels will be mounted on the roof of the Airbnbs to power the pump and filter in the lake to prevent the water from algae growth, and a green facade to provide a cooling effect to the building, and a natural ventilation as you can see in the diagram below. Next, I would like to talk more about the spaces in the building. First, the services area. The loading bay and the refuse chamber are located at number 11 and 12 near the main road, so it is easier for the delivery and removal of items. 13 is the TNB room, 14 is the ASU room, which is located at the rear of the building, and the lift lobby is located beside the library so people can access up to the first and roof level. Next, the lobby area serves as a waiting area for the urban park visitors. It has a reception area, multiple sofas, and a gaming corner for the kids. Next is the cafeteria. It consists of 5 different stalls and it can cater up to 82 packs. For the multi-purpose hall, it serves as a badminton court when not in use. It can be rented out for weddings and other functions. As you can see, it has a registration foyer and an MC room. For the library, it has a reception, a private reading area, and it contains an e-library kiosk as well. Next, the Airbnb is to cater the visitors of the urban park and water park who are from different states. It has a total of 10 units that can fit up to 4 people per unit. Next is the rented studio. It is to provide a comfortable rented space for freelancers to work. It can fit up to 36 packs and it has a pantry with a pool area and a spiral staircase that connects to the first floor. Next, we'll talk about the first floor. It is a rented office which contains 7 private cubicles which cost more to rent, and a meeting room, and a spiral staircase that connects to the pantry below. Moving on, we'll be showing you the perspective views. For the entrance, the visitors will first see a small portion of the whole building before entering through the narrow corridor pathway. The narrow pathway design is brought in through my assignment 1 so they can feel some feeling of emptiness before greeted by the open central courtyard. As you can see, this is a warm perspective view from the courtyard. Next is the courtyard view from the first floor, a perspective view of the water platform, the overall top view of the whole building. As you can see, the roof garden view. The people will start to walk from the main entrance up to the top through the flight of stairs provided. Next is the interior view of the library looking out to the side. Next, I would like to show a few montages of the building on the side. As you can see from the water deck to the lake view, you can see the Flying Fox Tower as well. So that's all for my presentation video, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you.